Hi guys, Matt from Traveling Naturopath. Just going a bit of an update on building the tiny house on wheels or tiny house on truck, gypsy style. I've only started at the beginning of the week, and the biggest question was, do I build it out of wood or metal? And I finally decided to go with metal for strength. Now the truck that it's on is this little Isuzu, little crew cab, so it has enough for 6 people to sit in. And the basic idea is to build a structure on the back of it using recycled and repurposed materials as an extra bit of space for when we're travelling around Australia. You could buy a Patrol or a Land Cruiser and tow a caravan, but I thought, why not use a truck? It's a lot more stable and solid, and it gives us more room. So on day one you can see that got the main sides up, the floor down, some side bracing, that kind of thing. And with this kind of build, it was always a hard question of how large to go with a metal. With a 50mm, 2.5mm thick mild steel, and it's probably a lot of overkill, and it's also a lot of weight, probably sitting at about 400 kilos so far, but I really wanted something that would not fall apart, something, pretty much unbreakable. So day two, we got up a loft area. As you can see, the loft up there, which is right over the cab. It's quite a big cab because it's a dual cab or a crew cab truck. And that will give us another bedroom. It'll be big enough for a king-size bed at about 1.3 metres tall. So not a massive space, but a good little loft for sleeping. And the downstairs area, or the larger room that you can see, is mainly going to be used as a study work area, so for homeschooling and for us to do our work during the day, that kind of thing. When the caravan that we tow will be about 20 plus foot, it'll have everything else, kitchen and everything else. So the build's going to be pretty simple inside. As much for that Minnie does her naturopathy and we're on the road clinic. So as she drives around she can do consults and talks and that kind of thing. So we needed a nice clean open area, so it's not going to be too cluttered. The loft will be curtained off and that kind of thing, so she can see her patients and whatever. You can see there I'm up for about $700 so far on the frame. I'll still need probably about another $150 of metal, but going to budget, that's roughly what I thought it would take. The metal's actually downgraded metal, so I got it pretty cheap. Has some faults in it which I just cut out or weld up. And yeah, just whinging about my old issues, being old and all. And clamps are your friend. That is a rule. Clamps are your friend. I'm doing this by myself and I have to take my time. As you can see, I've got some health issues, rheumatoid arthritis and really bad back. So things like clamps and and leverage is really helpful. It's absolutely necessary. So day three, you can see where I've got loft done, roof in, ceiling pretty much in. It's kind of coming along, not too bad for 3 days, pretty happy. And but now we've got the rain, so I basically will have to pick up this next week and show you next week's progress, as we've got 2 days of rain coming. So subscribe, follow us on our journey around Australia and doing the tiny house build on travelingnaturopath.com.au, and we'll keep you up to date weekly.